So here we have a power supply for a MacBook. My wife's cats have chewed on it and now it doesn't work, and I'm going to try to cut out the gnawed portion and solder it back together, so let's see what happens. So I've cut the wire using my handy wire cutters. It's got wire strippers on it as well, so that's going to be convenient when I now proceed to strip the outer shielding so I can get to the wires and begin soldering. So I've stripped off the outer plastic, and so now we have these wires kind of wrapped around, and then inside that more plastic or rubber or whatever, and an inner wire. So you can see I've got the frayed outer wires kind of twisted together, and the two inner wires have been stripped at the very end, and they're touching there, so that's where I'm going to solder them together. As you can imagine, this is going to be a really ugly black electrical taped joint when it's all said and done. So there's no way passing this off as a professional work here. I'm just trying to get it where it's usable. I also should add the caveat that this is probably a fire hazard if you don't do it perfectly. So just bear in mind that I'm not responsible for any of that if you burn your house down. I've gone ahead like a good soldering guy and put a glob of solder here, just a little on both the ends, so that when I try to join them up together, they've already got solder in the wires here, so it should join up real good. So I'll get the middle wires joined up first, and then I'll get the outer ones doing the same way. So I've soldered the two inner wires together and put a little dab of solder on the outer twisted wires. I'm going to go ahead and put some electrical tape around the inner joint there before I solder the two outer guys together, because I realized that would be a lot easier than trying to do that after. Obviously, if you solder them together here and just kind of wrap them up like this, well, they'll be touching each other. The outer connections will be touching the inner wire, which will complete the circuit and mean that you probably blow something up, and certainly your computer doesn't get power. So now we got the inner wire wrapped up, and we're going to solder the outer wires together. So now we have the outer wire soldered together as well. So now I'm going to tape all of that up. Alright, so here it is all taped up and ready to go. It's a lot shorter now, but it should hopefully work. Let's see if it works. Green light comes on. We're good to go.